Alright, now I'm no parenting expert, but I'm an expert on my own life experience. So I want to say a few things about parenting based on my experience as a child. I feel like we need to start treating children like they're smarter than what they are, and treat them like human beings rather than people that need to be punished or rewarded or disciplined or whatever. You're dealing with people, and I feel like a lot of parents don't give children credit for actually being children, rather than, does that make sense? Rather than they treat them like people that don't know better, when in fact our children can actually teach us a lot. And a lot of parents totally block that. And also, in terms of like children expressing emotion and children being punished for doing something wrong, I think it's really important to not just smack a child or to like send them to the room or whatever, because that doesn't actually solve the problem. The child needs to understand what they've done wrong or why that's wrong. Like, explain to them like they're people what's wrong and why they shouldn't do that. The more that you can give children an explanation for why you're angry or why you don't want them to do something, the more likely that they will actually hear you, rather than just continue to emotionally react to you or to defy what you're asking of them. And I feel like a lot of children need that emotional presence from their parent or from their caregiver. I feel like a lot of children are left to self-soothe and to deal with their own emotions, and they don't necessarily have the tools to deal with their emotions. They don't know, so they just go into total disconnect, because it's like, I don't know how to make myself feel better here, so I'm just going to totally disconnect from my emotions. And that's what I realised from that past video that I did just there, that's partly why I disconnected from my emotions, and that's like the part of me that I feel is kind of paralysed back in time from, I still haven't pinpointed the moment or that, but a moment where I didn't know how to make myself feel better or get myself out of whatever I was feeling or whatever I was shamed for or rejected for or whatever happened. I didn't know how to stay connected and rescue myself in that situation, so I just totally disconnected, and that part of me has remained disconnected ever since, because there's part of me that feels like they can't handle that, or that it's like the child self is still stuck in that I don't know how to make myself feel better in that situation. So I'll just disconnect, and I feel like it's been a pattern that I've almost recreated, that when I don't know how to make myself feel better or how to get out of how to respond without feeling emotion, I just disconnect. So yeah, so do your best to actually, we talk to children and tell them to use their words. You use your words when you're talking to a child, and ask them for things and explain why you're doing things, and you might get a better response from them. and actually sit with them in their emotional processes and help them, like, even just be present for them, but help them to, like, work through whatever it is that they're feeling emotion about, rather than dismiss them and make them feel like it's wrong to feel whatever they're feeling, or tell them, like, or just because you're uncomfortable with it, send them away to deal with it on their own. The more that we can heal ourselves and the more that we can look at our own issues, the more that we can be there for other people, and for children in particular. Because we wouldn't have so many fucked up adults if they'd received what they needed or had their needs met as children. Okay, so thank you.